Hello, hello. Hey guys, welcome to my little world. All right. For those of you who don't know me, who are new to the group, welcome. If you want to post or comment your name, say hi, let me know you're out there. That'd be great. Let everybody else know. I want this to be as interactive as possible so that everybody coming on to this Striving Success with SG is up and running, have their workbooks. So again, drop a comment to let me know you're here and let everybody else know who's on, and then we can start going. So I'm gonna wait until it's still, I think it's just noon. Hey. All right, we got Allie, we got Nancy. Hi. Nice to see you guys. Do you have your workbooks? Can you give me a 1 if you have your workbooks? Because if you don't, I want you to get them. And it's not a big deal. I just want you to have them. They're gonna come in handy and they cost nothing. So from me to you, that's what it is. So give me a 1 if you have the workbook. Ladies or gentlemen, whoever's out there. If you have your workbook, let me know. Please. No? Nobody has it. Guys, come on, it's free. Okay, so if you want a workbook, go in to, it says booking in my group. It costs nothing. And then I'll make sure that my team emails you the free booklet. It will look like this. Striving Success with SG. It's gonna look exactly like that. It's a follow-through guide. It's gonna ask questions. It's a really interactive workbook that you can do later. So if you don't have one now, I'll send it to you. I'll make sure the team sends it to you. But you have to go in and do that. You also have to, if anybody's missed it, in order to win any of the upcoming giveaways, you have to also be registered in the sign up for the workbook. So it's being here with me interactive to learn things for free, but it's also about having that workbook that enables you to win the giveaways as I go. So as I'm waiting for more people to pop on, again, if you don't have the workbook, I will get it to you. Just drop in the comments anywhere throughout this. Let me know, and then after this is over, then we can just carry on and you can go and sign up for the workbook. And again, we'll make sure that you have it with you. So, all right. I don't know, we've got people on from all over the world here, so it's pretty cool. Again, I don't know who is here, but I only see a few and nobody's giving any more 1s out there. All right, so shall we get started or shall we wait a couple more minutes? I had some music going for a while. So, Allie, do you have a workbook? I'm gonna call you out, Allie, if you don't have a workbook. If not, Al, you know how to get one. I just explained it. So go into the booking and sign up, and you'll get an email of the booklet. Like I said, it will look just like this. And that's what we're gonna really essentially go through, and I'm gonna guide you through all of these steps to becoming more successful. So honestly, I think part of being and becoming successful and getting on the road to success is about goal setting and persistence. And let's not forget, because even I showed up in a heel. So, everybody, I'm going to be wearing a heel, a different heel, every day. So, that's how I show up for me. A little heel makes the outfit perfect. Anyway, so goal setting and persistence. Hugely important for so many reasons. Persistence is just that you're not willing to give up. No matter what comes up in your life, you're going to figure out a way to go around it. And it is persistence that allows us to maneuver our way through the roadblocks that come up in our life. So I touch on this in my book, I touch on this in my Sunday sermons, and I certainly touch on it in the workbook. So it's goal setting, it's persistence, it's asking yourself, what are your goals? What do you want to achieve? These are all, again, in the workbook. How do you step into your true self? What does that mean to you? What does that look like to you? If you could show up as anybody today, who would that be? What version would that be? So again, this is interactive, so you guys, like, if you want to throw in a comment, do, please, because I love it. It fires me up when I see some comments and a conversation, and it really gets me like spinning with ideas and things to bring to you that might otherwise not come into my mind at this very second. But back again to persistence and what that means. Okay, so I'm going to use some of my past clients as, I'm not going to give out names, and I'm going to use myself. And some of my past clients have come, and some of my clients, current clients, come to me and they can't figure out what that goal is. It's like somewhere it went sideways. Somewhere they lost their focus. And persistence, focus, goal setting, all of these things are huge in the goal setting, which then when you hit the goals, even though they might be little ones initially, it's when you hit those big, massive goals, they get bigger and bigger and bigger because you start setting those goals bigger for yourself and you start to show up for yourself, and those goals become, just everything becomes movable. There is nothing you cannot get around. And believe me, I'm going to start, now that there's more people on here, I'm going to give you a little background on me, SG. Okay, so often people think of me, and this is in my book, so people think of me like I have some charmed life. Well, I don't. I mean, is it horrible? Absolutely not. Was it horrible? No. But charmed? Absolutely not. I've been through toxic relationships. I've been through divorce. I've been through many of the challenges that many other people out there have been through. I'm all 5'1". I've been teased. I've always, I'm adopted, so I didn't know who my biological parents were, and that didn't become important to me until I got older. And as I got older, I wanted to know more. And I always wanted to know about who my biological father was. And believe me, that was a difficult task. I had no names, nothing to go by. And when I finally did find a name for my biological mother, she wouldn't tell me anything about my biological father other than he had passed away. So, how do you find somebody that you want to find? That's a goal, and that's persistence. And it's no different when you're talking about anything else in life, whether that's striving for your confidence, whether that's striving for your showing up for yourself, whether that is striving for success. Because I will tell you right now, it took all of those things in my life to happen the way they did in order for me to land successfully where I am today. To be able to write a book, to be able to coach. This is my passion. This is what I was built for. I now know I've stepped into myself, and now this is why I'm here. And this is why I'm able to share these things with you. So let's just dive in. So does anybody feel like they've set goals and then they've walked away from them because they've been too difficult? If you have, comment or leave a 1 just to let me know. Because it is so important that you realize that you are only setting goals and not achieving them if you're not setting them, 1, big enough, or 2, showing up for them and processing them and moving through them, even if it becomes really, really difficult. Because nobody's journey is easy. Everybody has a backstory, and that's the way life is. Some are worse than others and some are not. But I want you to show up here every day for the next week. And I want you to show up because you're showing up for yourself. Not because of a giveaway, not because of the free workbook, not to listen to me talk, but to actually show up for yourself. Because by the end of this, ladies and gentlemen, we will be having you striving to your success. I mean, you're striking success. You're going to strike success. You just have to implement what I've put in the workbook and what I coach and bring it in to your life. And if you bring it into your daily life, you can achieve absolutely anything you want. You think about it, you become it, you manifest it, it's yours. It is really, sounds simple, and it's really just about valuing your own self-worth and your own self-image, because that is absolutely key in all of this. So when we go to the workbook, which I know not everybody has, but anybody again who doesn't have it, we'll have it by tomorrow. So where does self-image come from? You know, the idea that you hold for yourself comes from the ways that you've learned from places in your world, whether that is like I always say, whether that is building up your own opinions of yourself because it's been told to you by others. You know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So what are we thinking, right? We have influences that are around us. We have social media, we have school, we have friends, we have, you know, all of these other channels that bring in how we should be in our own image and how we are and what that understanding of yourself is. So you have to go deep and work on that, because that's where you'll find your best gold nuggets are there. They're hidden within you and you just haven't pulled them out yet. Truly focusing on yourself, giving yourself, you know, a pass on the things that you screwed up on, and realizing that it's okay and you're here now and you're present now, and we're going to carry on. So in the workbook, we're talking about goal setting. So what's a good goal? So the first step is identifying your goals and define what you're good at. So we all have natural gifts and propensities. So what are yours? So that's the question. If you don't have the workbook, just write this down on a piece of paper for now, and or do it this evening, or replay this after you have your workbook and get started on it, because I'm telling you right now, this is where all the good stuff is. So what are your goals? What are you doing to achieve them? Hello. So what is it that, and if you don't know what you're doing or where you're going, a step in the right direction is definitely possible. And today we're focusing on setting goals and aligning with your best self. No goals are too big. No goals are too ambitious. And on Saturday, I'm going to have an open Q&A. So anybody who has any questions at all, we're going to do a Q&A on Saturday where we're going to blow the roof off of this place. Okay, because I want everybody to be fired up and asking all of the questions they have and then some. So get them ready, because Saturday is a fire on Q&A. But there is absolutely, the fact that people think that their goals are too big and that they're too ambitious, you're already putting yourself 10 steps back. You're already in a mindset that isn't in the right place. You have to do a reset of where you are, where you think you are, and where you want to be. And this comes to goal setting. So no goal is too ambitious, because if you would have told me, when I was telling others my story, if you would have told me that any of these goals were too ambitious, no, because everything I went for was big. Now I stepped away from everything else and I'm fully focused on coaching, and that is my big goal. Now my big goal has upped again with the book, and my goals have changed and they've gotten bigger. So those big goals that were big goals a year ago are now nothing. They're tiny. So in comparison, what are we comparing those goals to? I mean, $100 in comparison to $1,000 is small. $1,000 compared to $10,000 is not. It's big. So it's all how you look at things. It's all about your mindset. It's all about the goals. So think about that, and you'll take on a whole new meaning of goal setting. So the minute you think that your goal is too big, you are already, like I said, putting yourself behind, I'll use the old saying, putting yourself behind the 8 ball. You are 100%. You cannot reach a goal if you already think that it's too big. Straight up. I just tell it like it is, and that's the way it is. So people who coach with me, my clients, they know I'm a straight shooter. They know I don't mince my words. And this is one of those times where I'm not going to make an excuse. You need to show up for yourself. And in order to do that, you have to be here, you have to be live, you have to be watching the replays, you have to be doing the workbook, and you have to be willing to work on yourself. And realize that any goal that you set that's huge. That is like taking you back to like your 3-year-old brain, where you could just remember that mind that you had then and keep that all in locked in, because it's that 3-year-old mind that was able to fantasize and grow and be whatever you wanted to be. And be, if you wanted to be the princess, you could be a princess. If you wanted to be a warrior, be a warrior. It didn't matter. We didn't have limitations. We didn't have people telling us we had to do this, and this. So remember those goals. Remember that when you're setting your goals, because it's huge. It's massive. Okay, and then what do you do? And what do you love about yourself? So, again, you need to love yourself. So what are things that are special and unique to you? And then commit yourself to nurturing those. And so list them. And we absolutely do have to get back in touch with our inner child. But list them out. That's what the workbook's for. So again, if you don't have the workbook, let me know, and I'll make sure that my team sends it out to you this evening, and you can do this tonight or whenever you have time this evening before tomorrow's live. That's the homework. So do that. Commit to yourself. It is so important. It is so, so important to commit to yourself and realize that everybody has their own unique qualities that shine. So let them shine. Because again, you're goal setting. You're achieving. So think of everything as a goal achieved. Like, I now think of everything, because I've come into this new area of coaching that has been amazing. And I've learned that my goals are already achieved. That's how I take on everything. So this whole platform of this free workshop and doing this with everybody is all new to me. My Sunday sermons aren't. My regular coaching isn't. This is a whole new perspective and a whole new way of doing things. And I am embracing it, loving it, and I already see it as goals achieved. So that's the way I want all of you to take this work and do it and think about it. And don't just throw it off as, I'll do it next time, or it's not a big deal. This is you. This is about you. This is for you. This is for your goal setting, your confidence. It's persistence. It's all of those things that get you to your goals. Who doesn't want a good goal? Who does not want a good goal? Like, somebody throw one who doesn't want, somebody give me a comment of somebody who does not want to have their goals, their success blow up, which means your confidence blows up, your goals blow up, your success, like you're making $1 million and you're leaving the boys in the dust. That's why I use Cher's quote. You know, Mom, I'm telling you, you should marry a rich man. Cher responding with, Mom, I am a rich man. I think that's a brilliant quote, and that's why I used it in my promotions. I think it's awesome. I love it, and I think it is so true. So then, what changes are you ready to make? So that leaves you with what we went through, which is, what are you good at? Put it on paper. Identify what you are good at. Don't settle. Blow that imagination wide open. Don't tell me your goals are too big. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear your goals are too big. They should be massive. And then know that when they're massive, you'll achieve them. It does not matter. Blow that up. Use your imagination. Goal set to like it's nobody's business. Just do it for yourself. Trust me, from somebody who's been there and knows firsthand, goals are not too big. You can achieve them. Like I said, if you would have told me 30 years ago, and people did, Sarah, you're never going to find your biological parents, you're never going to find your biological father, you don't have a name. If persistence and goals and focus and persistence weren't part of my makeup and what I've learned, I would not have found that person. I would not have found that family. So that's where all of that comes from. That's where all of this passion comes from. That's why I'm here coaching, because this is now my passion. I finally found the path. I've done multiple things before this, but it is getting out of your way. And that's what this is about. So do I get fired up? Yeah, a little bit. Anyway, so what changes are you going to make? What are they going to be? What are your changes going to be? Are they going to be small? Or are you going to say, oh, no, can't do that. That goal is just too big. You know, I want to go for that promotion, but I don't think I can. That is everything that you've been taught taking over. Everything. So get out of here completely and just realize that anything you want is possible. You will amaze yourself. You will astonish yourself, and you will ultimately succeed. And that's what this is all about. And I keep saying it, and I keep saying it, I keep preaching it, but my God, if I didn't know it firsthand, I wouldn't be here telling you. Because as a confidence coach, this is what I do. But I've learned a whole different aspect of really going for the goals and the goals achieved. And that's where everybody else has to be too. So hang on, because this week is going to be so much fun. It's going to be fire. And it's going to be fire because anybody who leaves comments, messages me later on replays, leave them there. Saturday, like I said, is going to be the Q&A. You've got your workbook. If you do not have your workbook, let me know and my team will get it for you. So again, we're going to go back to what changes are you ready to make? So think about that. And then what really makes you? What makes you? Because we're all very different. You know, there are coaches out there who I work with that are amazing, and we're all very different individuals. And that's great. I think it's fantastic. I think we all bring our own element so that every other person realizes how wonderful we all are in our own very way. So nobody is like you. No one. So make sure that you find the good and realize that your unique qualities, whatever they may be, are amazing. You just have to realize how amazing you are. So again, you've got to think about that, and then you've got to be willing to write that out. Write it out. Write out what you believe you are best at, and then commit. And that's the hardest part. And that's where coaches come in, and that's where coaching comes in, and that's where I come in. And what changes can you commit to making? Like, what is that? And then write it down, because all of this is in the workbook. So I'm telling you here, you can watch it in replay later, but being live is always one of the best ways to get it. So, I mean, what are you out there willing to commit to making? Are you willing? Give me a comment, give me a yes, whatever, that if you're willing to commit to changing yourself. Anybody out there who's actually willing to commit to a change in themselves, who want to see a change. Maybe you don't know how to commit to it. Maybe you don't know what your goals are. Maybe you're struggling with your goals. Maybe you think you already have your goals achieved. Like I said, there's somebody out there who commented that their goals are too big. It's not a thing. It's just not. We think that they're too big, but they're never too big. You just have to realize that you have the persistence, and yeah, absolutely, you've got to know you're willing, 100%. You have to be willing to make the change and make the effort and put in the time, but the time is worth it because the time is you. So when I teach confidence, I say people have to be selfish. We have to be selfish. And I believe that is actually true, because you have to take the time to invest in yourself. Because I'll tell you right now, nobody else is going to show up for you but you. People can pat you on the back. People can say how wonderful you are. You know what? Until you show it to yourself, you'll never believe it. That's the thing. Until you believe it, you can't prove it to anybody else. And you will never will. So you have to believe that you are that person with those huge, massive goals already in your sights. So you want that promotion, you'll learn to get that promotion. You want to walk away from your job and get a whole new profession, you will. I walked away from mine, became a writer, became a coach. I turned my monthly income in corporate world into, it's like my weekly income in corporate world. I've turned into, like, my monthly income is now crazy. And it's because I've managed and realized that the goals that I wanted weren't big enough. So I just upped the game. Did it scare me? Yes, but it was a goal. And that's what I needed to have. I needed to have a bigger goal. I needed to have a goal that scared the hell out of me. And that's this. That's coaching. That's going live with everybody out there today and saying, hey, this is me. But I can guarantee you this. If you put in the effort of yourself and realize that you are just uniquely, wonderfully, humanly you, flaws and all, and realize that those are things that are going to make you stand out, things that are going to make you different, things that are going to catapult you forward. So again, Striking Success with SG is all about that. It's all about taking your goals, having you use what you really, really know, what you really, really love, and then taking that to a whole level, like a whole new level. Imagine your monthly income becoming your weekly income. Imagine that for just a minute, because I didn't think it was possible. And you don't have to become a coach to do it. It can be whatever you want it to be. It's about not giving up. It's about persisting. It's about setting those goals. It's about setting ridiculously insane goals. Writing a book? Never would I have thought of that. But I did it, and now it's out, and it's selling. So that's just one tiny instant of something that is achievable. Did I think that it was achievable then? No. There was always some doubt. There was always me trying to push through. People telling me no. People telling me, don't be ridiculous. What the hell are you going to write about? Telling me that I couldn't do it. Trying to stop me. I try to self-sabotage myself in my own goals. And I'd get to that terror barrier and go, oh my God, I can't do this. I don't know how. So is there anybody else out there that feels that way when they get somewhere and they all of a sudden they realize that the terror, the fear has set in, and then the goals just fade away. So everything that we've been working for, all that hard work that we put into a certain point, then we bail on it because we are afraid, and we do what our mind tells us and what we've been trained to do and what we've been taught to do. And that is, put the tail between the legs and go and be your safe spot. Whether that's your work, whether that is your partner, whether that is anything. Just, it's about burying those goals. We're not going to bury those goals here. I refuse to let anyone in this life not know their own self-worth and what their self-image is and how important their confidence is and how important their lives are and what you can achieve. Because what you believe, you can achieve. Simple words to live by. But you would think until you get caught up in yourself. So again, I'm going to tell everybody, do the work in the workbooks. We're going to go through again with you, and then because I really think that it is important that we go through the steps. And those are, what are your goals? So anybody who has a goal, that I can't believe that no one there has ever had a goal and then they've let fear stop them, a family member stop them, a loved one stop them, a partner that stops them, or you've just scared yourself out of it. You've said, no, too big, I'm going to go back to my safety net. I'm going to go back to that. I can't leave my 9-to-5 job. What am I going to do? Those are your fears that we all carry, like I said earlier, from our childhood. What we've been taught, for most of us is go to work 9 to 5, have a family, and carry on. And as Cher's mother put it, marry a rich man and live happily ever after. Who wants to do that? I'm here to empower women. I'm not telling you to marry somebody rich. Be the rich man. That's what I want everybody to do. I want everybody's goals to be insane. I want you to run after those men in the sense of goal setting. Men can goal set, no questions asked. We women goal set, and we are, what? You're a woman. What are you thinking? No, go after them. You can attain them. There are higher achievers right now. There are more millionaire women right now in my coaching field and in this world right now. Women are, as Beyonce said, running the world. And believe me, she's not wrong. So be one of them. Who doesn't want to be a millionaire? Who doesn't want to live their best life? Who doesn't want to break the goals? Who doesn't want to have massive, massive leaps in their life to the most confident, best self? I can't think of one who can honestly tell me, without a doubt, they don't want that for themselves. I think that most people who tell me that don't really have a goal that really meets their standards, that really, because they're underestimating and underselling themselves. They're not truly looking inward and seeing the beauty and the ability and the capability and the uniqueness of what you are and who you are. And it's when you do that that you get fired up and nobody gets in your way. And take it from somebody who's been having people put stuff in her way almost her entire life. I am living proof that you can go around over anybody when you are focused and you have a goal that is so big, that is so huge, that everybody is doubting you, everybody is underestimating you, and then you turn up on the other end and you've accomplished it and everybody's going, what? How? It's all in here, all up here, all of it. Just remember, you have to shift it and you have to get a new belief. And that's what it's about. So I'm just going to touch on these goals one more time. Because again, if you don't have your workbook, let me know. It's really important because I'll get it to you right away. And then you can do the homework tonight. Because I'd like you to show up for yourself. And that's what this workbook is all about. So do that. As I hold this in. Do that. And first time I'm doing a free workshop. Yes, I do my SG Mighty Life Sunday sermon every Sunday. But this is a whole different thing. I'm taking people to a whole new level, to a whole new place, a place where I typically live, which is learning how to show up for myself, learning that I know that I can goal set. Absolutely, I will get that to you. I was just telling other people, anybody who doesn't, I'm going to come back to this again. Whoever does not have a workbook, there is a booking area in the group. Click on that. My team will then make sure you have a workbook for yourself tomorrow. Or maybe even if I can get it out this evening, I'll make sure it's this evening. Okay, but I'll make sure you get your workbooks. So all you have to do is go to the booking. It doesn't cost anything. It's just the booking. And then we can email you out your workbook. That's all. So make sure you have it for tomorrow because it's great homework. So, and it's good stuff. I mean, I'm not just saying that because myself and my team made this up. I'm telling you because I lived it. I use it every day. I get up and the first thing I do is set goals for the day. Before I go to bed, I set new goals. It's my daily routine. It's my ritual. It's that constantly doing the same thing. You know, people say, oh, it's too repetitive. You know what? That's how you get the success. That's how you learn to show up for yourself. It is through repetition. It is through that you become the best version of you. So, as I say, who doesn't want to walk in like this amazing individual that you are? Show it to the world. Show that to the world. Goal set. Blow them out of the water with your goals. Nobody has to say it's logical. People will say it's not. People will say it's not possible. It's all possible. Trust me. It's all possible. And it will all come to you. You really just have to fully believe that who you are is unique, beautiful, capable of the biggest, baddest goals that you've ever thought you couldn't obtain before. You can. You have it here. You have it right here. You've had it all the time. It is like I reference often Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, and she had her shoes. Who doesn't like a nice pair of shoes? But I mean, she had her shoes. Tapped them 3 times. Right? Clicked them 3 times. You know what? At the end, what was the story all about? She had it all the time. It wasn't to do with the shoes. It had nothing to do with anything more than up here. So that's where we get stuck. That's time to lose those things. Let's goal set, ladies. I want you guys to blow this up for you. So part of this is you, all of this really is you showing up for yourself. So we're going to go through the steps one more time, and then it'll be in the workbook, and then you guys are on your homework. So, and then tomorrow will be, I'm going to hit this every day. On Friday, I have a really cool guest coming on, so you don't want to miss Friday. I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's really fun. We've got a giveaway before this is over. We have giveaways every day. So you want to show up for you, and this is just a little bonus for you showing up. So you're live today, you're here, that's how it works. Download the workbook because that's how you get entered in for the other giveaways as well. Because if I can't see your email, I can't give you a prize. I can't give you anything. I don't have a giveaway. So let me know. Just download that workbook and I'll make sure you get it. So tonight's homework, after I go through these 3 steps, is just this. What are you good at? That's the very first step in identifying your goals, is to define what you're good at. So define what you're good at, because these all are natural gifts that we have. So what are yours? And then 2, What do you love about yourself? What makes you special and unique? It could be your sarcasm, it could be your sense of humor, it could be your look, it could be the way that you talk to others, it could be how passionate you are about whatever that is. That's you. And then commit to nurturing that person and those qualities. And no matter what anybody says and wants to take them out, don't allow them to knock you off center, because people will try. Don't let it. And listen to her. Listen to you, that person. Like, I like that I am, ... I like that I am confident and I am unfiltered and I am, for the most part, unapologetic. And I like those qualities about me. Others might not, but I show up as myself. I show up here authentically for you every day for the next week, and I show up authentically on everything I do. So this is no different. 3, what changes are you ready to make? Remember, no goal is too big. We're going to go back to your 3-year-old mind, and that's where you're going to pull from. That 3-year-old brain where anything is possible. Whatever that goal was that you didn't allow because somebody thought, as you know, in their best way possible, they tried to, our parents, for example, tried to tell us, okay, well, you don't want to do that. You really want to do this. They meant well. They just didn't know any differently. So I'm going to teach you a different way of looking at things. That's all this is a perspective and a way to fill yourself with the confidence that you need to set these goals, make them possible, have massive success, and make your first million. Be the rich man. So now that you've thought about what really makes you, what changes can you commit to making? So again, this is for you and about you, but what changes are you willing to commit to? Make them, big, make them small, but I want you to try to make them big. Make your goals big. So your homework is this, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, write a journal entry from the perspective of you. And in the end of October, so in 6 weeks, where do you want to be? That's what your goal is. So you're going to write your journal in the perspective of you. And every day you're going to do that until the end of October. So where do you want to be? How do you want to feel? Who will you be spending your time with? Start like this. So, it's October 31st, and I am so grateful that, and you'll be writing, I am so grateful that I achieved whatever that goal that you put and started to write today will be there on October 31st. So ladies, any questions, comments? Again, if you need to get the workbook, go to the booking, drop your email in there, and my team will send it out to you. All right? Because that is the end of day 1 with Striking Success with SG. So, for all of you out there who have joined me today, for all of you who will be on the replay later, remember, keep your questions, and because there's going to be a Q&A on Friday. And today, I'm going to tell you in a second here who won the draw. Who won? This is the $50 gift card for Amazon. And the winner is, for that, God, I sound like a game show host. The winner is Deborah Hewitt. So, Deborah, my team has your email. Now, that was based on signing up into the group, signing up for the workbook, and then she just happened to invite people in. So that was a random pick by the team who've been watching everything, as I said earlier in the week. So make sure, again, let me know if you do not get the workbook by tomorrow. You've got your homework for tonight. I'm going to let you go because tomorrow is a whole new thing. So remember today, ladies, persistence, goal setting. No goal is too big. Remember that. You're going to go back to that 3-year-old fantasized mind of yours and let it all spill out. Write it like no one is looking, because it's nobody's business but yours. So do it for that. And then do it in the biggest possible way. Just let it flow. And believe me, it'll just come to you. Make those goals big. Because on Saturday's Q&A, I want to see some really cool questions. I want to see tomorrow if there's anybody here who's changed anything. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to direct message me. I'll answer whatever I can. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them in the group. Anybody want to talk about anything, anybody want to leave any comments, again, just put them in the comments, and I will see you guys tomorrow at noon for Striking Success with SG. So thank you for joining me this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and you have a great day, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.